Hello everybody and welcome to Duel number 1 of the Universal 500, the lead up to the main event of the season. Pace car rolls off and let's get you through your grid for today's race. Pretty sure that the lineup was announced. I don't know if they're going to stick by it, but supposedly for duel number 1, starting on the pole would be Kendorian Davis. Second would be Zachary Trevino. Third would be Jason W. Hall. And following in fourth is JJ Moore, which I think he isn't doing. In fifth, it was Nicholas Martinez Jr. Sixth, Trenton Wilkin. Seventh, Wyatt D. Thompson. Eighth, Maxwell Funderburk, which I don't know if he's here. 9, Juan Cobbs Jr. 10th, Christopher Melton. 11th, Connor Blasco. 12th, Ryby Inez. 13th, Luke Grennan. 4th is Alexander Ortega. 15th, Gavin Austin. 16th is Xander McKinney. 17th, Hunter East. And I don't know if Alex is running, but 18th is supposed to be Alexander Alvarez, which I don't think he is here. And for 19th, it's Aiden Cobarrubia. I don't think they're actually going to get them into their proper orders, but there's 60 laps here, and that was what we got out of qualifying. So those were the odd-numbered cars. And the guys towards the back didn't qualify, but they're not going to do the grid order here. So yeah, Gavin Austin's going to lead us from the pole of this race to the green flag, and we're going to see 60 laps of racing at Daytona. The Contender Series duels were relatively clean. This time out, we could see a different story. I don't know. Let's find out. Here we go. Pace car pulling off. And this time, Gavin Austin's going to get us to our first cup race other than the Clash this season. Green flag away at Daytona. We're away from Daytona, and Wyatt D. Thompson already trying to look for a spot on the inside lane. Hunter East leading that outside lane. Nothing to do up there. Colby Duckworth trying to give him the shove, but Gavin Austin down on the bottom. Austin behind Wyatt Thompson, keeping him shoved out to the front. Yeah, they're all just side by side, and one's going out. Hunter East gonna bail from his line, going towards the rear. Trevino and Duckworth assume the top points of the outside lane, as Thompson still maintains that inside lane, but that outside is now disformed on lap number 2. Coming to lap number 3, inside should have the advantage. But, man, Duckworth is holding strong on that top, whether they're pushing or not. But Colby Duckworth is actually in front of the pack right now. Many of these guys fighting for bragging rights as these chartered cars are locked in the race, but don't know which open cars are in here, but there might be a few. Yeah, we're just still double file on lap number 3. And, oh, man, all over the place. Wyatt Thompson switching lanes, looking all over the place. But Gavin Austin with a Mach 5 entry here at Daytona, right behind a manufacturer teammate, Wyatt Thompson. and Chevrolet. But we got the Toyotas on the outside lane. You can see it. But McKinney is Chevrolet. Cobrubia is Chevrolet. But two Chevrolets on the outside trying to push their way to the front, but nothing to do there so far as it gets clear, and they're falling further and further back as the racing with this new package on the next gen just became so much harder just because of the fact that it's so much harder to keep up with the draft. But Thompson here, he's holding strong with Gavin Austin, giving him some good shoves, and that inside line starting to single file out at Daytona. Whoa, Kendorian Davis getting back into that inside lane. The outside's falling apart. Yeah, Trevino and Duckworth got to get into lane faster. It could be over. Gonna have to see, though. They're still trying to hold that outside lane, but just not seeming like there's much to do because there's a lack of cars up there. You don't have enough momentum to build up. But all these guys within each other on the bottom, they're hooked up to one another, bottom to bottom. Yeah, Kendorian Davis a little slow there, allowing Colby Duckworth to maybe roll with Trevino here with a run on the outside. Duckworth, not as much speed as that inside lane. Just doesn't seem like that outside's getting going incredibly. But Kendorian Davis hops up into the outside lane, now trying to form it. Now, LeBombard, he's trying to go to the front with the outside lane, hops in line with Kendorian Davis, and Casey Benz puts it in third position on the inside lane, but Gavin Austin goes to the top. Outside lane now getting formed up once again. Thompson's in trouble. LeBombard leading. No, behind Gavin Austin as the outside rocket ships to the front. Davis goes down low with a teammate pair. Now Duckworth and the 41 with each other, followed by Trevino, Cobarrubia. All of them trying to get into a line together. A little bit of weaving down on the bottom, but Gavin Austin's going to lead us back lap number 7. LeBombard getting some big shoves from Duckworth. Gavin Austin blocking that top lane. Making sure he's not able to form a run, but he gets crossed over and the teammates get separated. LeBombard trying to go to the front of duel number 1. A lot of switching in the back. You can see all the crossovers. Bunch of weaving back there from who is that? Luke Grandin. He's just weaving all over the place. Austin, Duckworth pulled ahead. Might be a little too much ahead. Could allow the cars behind to foster a run. Thompson, Davis, they went 3 wide for a moment. They are 3 wide. Trevino's just in the middle of that. Not going to drop, but Cobarrubia tried going to the top, and that ain't going to work either as they get single filed out on the bottom. No lanes currently to run, just the bottom. Single filed out here, hauling in for the long haul. It's going to take a couple mistakes to get these guys out of the groove or have something happen, but it'll take a lot, I think, to get a caution here, because these duels, they've been clean. Last night's racing, some of the best racing I've been a part of overall, just because of how clean the racing was, like I said. And these guys now they're getting into line early. It's a little boring for the viewers, but they're getting into line early. They're playing it smart. They probably want to go green for most of this race, and that's what they're going to do. Just a single file train down the backstretch. Once again, all single filed out. Gavin Austin leads us. Well, one car trying to find their luck on the outside. Don't exactly know who that was, but trying to hop out of line, see if anybody will go with. It's Christopher Melton, I think I saw it was. But you got to be cautious here if you're Colby, because you don't want to be too far up on Gavin, because when you block off your radiator, you get more heat to the engine. That's not a good thing, but Melton and Trevino, they're hooking up in the outside lane, trying to get something to roll. McKinney hops up with them, seeing where they can go with the momentum. Surprisingly, that outside lane's actually making a run. The Bombard sees it, goes to the top. Duckworth, Austin, what are they going to do down the bottom? A little wiggle from the bottom of Austin. The Bombard back to the front of duel number one. Pushed by Kendorian Davis, but a teammate on the bottom makes you wonder what they're going to do. Melton hopped out of that lane, but LeBombard now going to block down low. He wants to lead duel number one completely. See what kind of run that outside lane's able to get here. Melton gets shoves from Trevino on the rear, jerking him a little out of line. Mach 5 backing up from the 41. They're backing up from him. But Melton's got to run on the outside lane, and he's trying to challenge LeBombard. Down the backstretch with an amazing run. Trevino pushes him clear. Melton goes down low, allows the outside lane to regroup. LeBombard gonna have to get to the back bumper of that 29 to shove him out in front of duel number one. Trevino leads that one. McKinney right on his bumper. McKinney covering down low. Trevino searching for something, side drafting the 66, trying to stay in lane, but Trevino with no help. And McKinney is leading duel number one, but the outside lane might get a run back going. We're going to have to see here in a moment. Grannon all over the back bumper, Trevino. LeBombard third on the inside lane. 23. Looking for help. It doesn't seem like he's getting much at the moment. McKinney is going to come around and lead lap number 14 of the duel number one. Inside lane's got something going. Melton all over the back bumper. McKinney got him a little sideways right there. Able to keep it going. Trevino slops in line on the inside. It's Grannon left to lead the outside. Let's go on board with Christopher Melton, see how the pushing here works at Daytona. Seems like he's just trying to lay off him right now, but yeah, McKinney out in front, all single-filed once again. We weren't single-filed not too long ago, but McKinney drops to the apron, allows Melton to go out in front of duel number one. Gonna have to see what this does for McKinney here. He's gonna be all over the bumps here. Gonna have to get back up on the track. I don't know what happened. He's down on the apron. And he's almost sideways. What happened for Xander McKinney? Melton leads lap number 16 at the line. Despite McKinney having some issues, it's going to benefit a lot of these other cars that are racing for a win. And we're only 17 laps in, guys. There is a lot of racing left. A lot. So they made the smart decision to get single filed once again, but for how long it'll stay, I don't know. That lasted about 3 laps last time out. And I don't know how long it would take this time to completely disregard that and get it back going. But yeah, we're single filed out here at Daytona. You know what? While we're single filed out, let's go, who do we ride with? Let's see some chaos further in the pack. Let's, Luke's a little, aggressive. Let's, see what Colby's seeing. He's had a good sense for getting to the lead today. Yeah, just chilling back here. Trevino laying off of La Bombard. Thompson. And Grandin's, he's going for it. Grandin's facilitated a run. He wants to go with it. Covarrubias follows him. Oh, they're getting a little antsy. Grandin shoving Casey Bent. Trying to get something started in the back, I see, but inside lane's been super organized. Got a lap car. McKinney right here. He's going to have to find his way not to go too down. Christopher Melton still leading here at Daytona. Watch out, that outside lane's trying to get formed up again, and that inside lane's built up some separation. Here comes Trevino around the outside, giving the outside lane a big toe as he side drafts, going for the lead on the backstretch at Daytona. Casey Bent's closing in on Trevino. That inside lane is disformed. Outside, trying to find momentum once again like they have been able to almost all race. Trevino, Bent. Let's see what they can do. La Bombard now giving Melton the shoves he needs to stay out in front. La Bombard now trying to stay hooked on that rear end of Christopher Melton. As they got a lap car, McKinney right in front, he goes low. He's going to go 2 laps down here in duel number 1, but Melton still leading this race. Trevino, he's still searching to try and go to the front, but I just don't know what the kind of run he's going to get. Can shock me here, though. But they're rolling about the same speed on the straightaway as that bottom lane, and you need to be more almost every time if you want to make progress. But La Bombard, he thought about it. He thought about going to that outside lane, it looked like. As the inside lane starts to pull ahead, the back half of the top lane is not getting it done. Trevino tries to stay up there on the top, but it's just becoming unbearably slow now. He's probably going to find himself in a line here. Right there he did. In Melton once again, leading. Yeah, I just don't think that outside lane's getting formed up right now. The inside is just being lenient. They've been strong, consistent. Looks like we could go flag to flag in this race, as it's been a very clean duel, almost like most of the other races. You would think the duels would be more chaotic than the 500, but no, you're wrong. 500 for some reason. That brings out the absolute evil in people. The Duels, they kind of kick back and relax. But Dorian Davis goes to the top with a teammate pair of Gavin Austin. Thompson follows. Inside lane has a major gap. That gives a major advantage to the outside lane right here. Going to be able to build up speed. Dorian Davis heading for the front in Duel 1. The Bombard trying to get to the back end of Christopher Melton, known to not let that happen. Riley Ibanez right behind them. Yeah, outside lane fell back. LeBombard doing a really good job of keeping that inside lane alive right there. Good defensive moment. Yeah, as they start to roll further and further back, Trevino eventually tried to make that outside roll. He's now rolling on the inside lane with his crew. Luke Grannon trying to make it 3 wide to the back. I don't think that's going to work for long. He's going to be falling back. See Grannon out there. Yeah, he's already out of the 3 wide and falling back into line. But 2 wide's where everything gets trouble. Get one guy makes a mistake, comes up a little bit too much, clips the left rear. It's over. But Ibanez, he thought about it. He thought about it. He won it up, and he's like, nope, nope, nope. Get me back down on that bottom. And Dorian Davis keeps it rolling towards turn number 1 with Gavin Austin behind him. Yeah, still green, 26 laps in. Honestly impressive, to be honest. Big turnaround from the Clash, if I'm being honest. Shocking me, to be honest. Oops, we're in the garage area. You know what? We're double filed and Dorian's making progress, but is it gonna halt here though? Every other time it's halted, but Dorian's got something rolling on that outside. They've got a shot. Dorian Davis to the front in Duel number 1. Shoved by Gavin Austin. They both clear into 3 and 4. Choose not to go down. Now they do. Wyatt Thompson trying to get his lane forged back up. Dorian Davis to the front of the Duel number 1. Dorian Davis just did a good job with Gavin Austin there to slingshot to the front, but Hunter East is trying to push Wyatt Thompson up to the front here now. Got a little bit more momentum on their side on the outside. Here they come into 3 and 4, searching for some extra momentum. Melton almost going up and door in the 24, but the 24 now trying to get hooked back up with the 77. And Dorian Davis almost gets turned, and he saves it on the apron. We keep it green at Daytona, and it causes a scurry amongst the pack. Dorian Davis almost turned at Daytona. Need to go see that here. Davis hooked up with Austin. Austin just on the left rear. And just hooked him. That's Dorian Davis. Story right there. To the back. But Thompson, in other words, is now up front. Can't believe it, to be honest, but Wyatt Thompson's out there. Single filed out, waiting for pit cycles. Pit cycle's got to be near in here soon. Could probably run about 30 to 40 laps on a tank. So this is where everyone gets antsy because they wanted to pick up spots. And everyone's getting all separated out right here. Austin, Melton, maybe a couple of them behind. Le Bombard maybe trying to form a run on these two to surprise attack them. But there's just a bunch of gaps in between a lot of these cars. It makes you wonder what's going on. Hunter Reese just right on the back bumper. Wyatt Thompson giving him a big shove, but it's looking like an ARCA race out here now with the gaps they're forming. And coming into pit road. Bence, Le Bombard, Ibanez, Trevino locking up a little bit, but we're far wide into the pits. Get out of it. Looks like nobody's speeding on pit road. Got to be Thompson, Hunter East, and Gavin Austin coming this time. Even Melton. Oh! Hunter East blows up! It's over for the 24. He blows up. Pushed the engine too hard. That's going to put a major divot in their pitting effort. Going to put them behind the pack significantly. East rolling slow on the apron, trying to make it back to pit road. Duckworth, a lone dog. Le Bombard, Casey Bence coming out. Thompson, Austin off of pit road. Le Bombard and Bence, the only two out in front here. It looks like it's only 2-car groups. Ibanez, he's riding the grass, mowing the grass up the track, hard into the wall. No caution as he keeps it in the grass, but that ends it for Riley Ibanez's day 2. Austin coming out of pit lane. Where is everyone going to cycle? Le Bombard and Bence coming out, but Austin may have gotten a break. May have gotten a break. Here comes Davis. Austin and Thompson look to be the leaders. But here comes Le Bombard. Think they're going to catch up to Austin and Thompson. Yeah, it's going to be enough. They're going to catch the draft. So it's going to be a 4-car battle at the moment. Green, Trevino, they're trying to catch up to them. They're about 1.8 behind. A 4-car pack up here in the front. Le Bombard to the outside with Casey Bence. Might be trying to use that lap car as a pick here. And Le Bombard and Bence just skyrocket to the front. Green not closing in. They're trying, but doesn't seem like there's enough momentum to go their way. Now they're picking up some speed, but makes you wonder if they'll catch. They still have about 30 laps to do so, but it's a 5-car pack here, and that's trouble. Yeah, I don't know. They're slower. 3-second the gap now. Well, it's going to be a 4-car battle for the win here at Daytona at the moment. On lap 35 or lap 34 out of 60 at Daytona. We'll be back here in a moment, not taking away from the action. We're going to go on board here. back now after a momentary break. But yeah, we got a 4-car battle for the lead once again in Daytona. If you're just joining in, it's a 4-car battle after pit cycles here in Duel number 1. Which it's been a caution-free race, which I don't think a lot of people would have thought out of Duel number 1. Because it's got some known to be, reckless people, but good nonetheless. A little bit of a snoozer here at Daytona, but that's all right. As they're reaching 195 miles an hour. If these guys back here like Trevino want to catch that front pack, they need to get on their horses and they need to start booking it, because with a 3-car pack, you're not catching them. But maybe with Luke Grant in here, maybe with a little bit of help and then get an extra shove on the rear end. But these top 4 cars, they're just so bunched up. They're going 193 right now. This pack's barely hitting 185. It's tragic. And they keep losing time. Now 5 seconds, the gap. The Bombard just holding it strong out here in Daytona with the help of Gavin Austin. Single file. One thing I do want to talk about, though, is a lot of these guys here don't really have, or at least in the top 4, have at least 50% of them don't really have a lot of UIS experience. Eric LeBombard, he's a little newer, I believe. Gavin Austin, he's had his fair run-ins, but he's experienced here in the UIS. Wyatt Thompson, he's been here for about a season now, season or 2, and he's proven to be pretty good. And Casey Bennett, I've never heard of him ever. So, him coming to Daytona, is kind of a shocker. I didn't even know he was going to be racing tonight. But, yeah, very strong showing. Would be a good showing to get a top 4 here, honestly. If he can do it here at Daytona. I mean, Daytona's one of those tracks where if you play your cards right, your strategy right, you'll be standing in victory lane. It's a little bit of luck, but just a lot more skill is what's needed here at Daytona. As especially its new aero package model, it really makes you get good at shoving. It gets good at taking shoves, good decision making, because if you don't have that, you're not going to stay in the front for long. But these guys, off their good strategy, have. Already 4 cars out of this race. Hunter East with a blown up engine. Riley Ibanez after that wreck and coming out of the pits, going into 1 and 2. Do not know what happened to Aiden Cobarubia in the 8, but disappointing start to his season is not what he's looking for. Had a bad time at the Clash, and even worse time here now. And McKinney, after some difficulty, I don't know, he's 20 laps down and out of the race here. And LeBombard. Can't believe he's leading this thing. I mean, he's good. He qualified in 2nd for the contender qualifying. And he's throwing strong here, gotta say. 6 seconds behind this group here of Trevino, Kendorian Davis, and Jared Green. And a little bit of help of from Luke Grannon. Hoping for a caution so that he can get a lead, a lap back. He's hoping for that. But it's going to take a lot here, and it's going to take a mistake and a half. But it doesn't seem like it's happening here. But they're shoving really hard up here in this front. Quite the shoving display going on. Yeah, still just rolling right by each other this whole time. Melton now getting caught up too. He's a lone car. They got a 4-car group here though, and they're starting to put on some speed. But when you put yourself to a 6-second gap, it doesn't help. You're going to have to play a lot more catch-up than you can with, keeping consistent pace, because now you've dropped over 3 seconds from the leaders. Now you're really having to do an amazing job to catch up, and even then he's staying even right now. But there's a car. It's Colby Duckworth. Who would have thought he would have gone a lap down? He's been really strong all race, and pit cycle caught him out. Now he's going to the back of this pack. But that doesn't mean he can't race his way to the front for his lap back. Still stands. He's able to do that because now he's joining in. He's going to get a little bit of a tow here and be able to help out this line. Coming to around 16 to go here in this race. Lap 45 out of 60 for duel number 1 at Daytona. Gonna have to see if they keep it clean all the way to the finish. But it's a separated race. Truly is. And this backpack here, they're catching up a little bit. 5.8 now the gap, about a 3/10 increase, but they're gonna have to do a lot of pulling if they want to catch, and I mean a lot of pulling. Yeah, here we go. 198 miles per hour down the backstretch. 201 into turn 3. They are booking it. Now that caught them 5/10 right there. Could we see a comeback? They're going to have to shove really hard and keep up all their momentum if they want to. Here they come. They're building up a run again. They're doing a decent job. They caught about a second that lap. Now, if they can continuously do that, they'll find their way into the pack. But you got to wonder what that engine for Kendorian's feeling, because you don't want to overheat it by any means. And Luke Grandin hasn't shown to be a good pusher tonight, but I don't know. But they're really getting into it with each other. They want to catch up to this front pack. Gavin Austin, almost on the left rear, Eric LeBombard. Tough situation right there. You kind of want to push, but at the same time you don't, because you hit him wrong. You're causing that caution. As that Trevino group lost a little bit of time that lap, but they're gaining time back with insane speed in 1 and 2. Jared Green falling out a little bit because of how fast they went. Austin, it's a pass for lead. LeBombard backs out. So Gavin Austin to the lead of duel number 1. And Trevino and them, they're trying to haul. 4.9 the gap. It's just, I don't know if they have enough time if they do get a shot every lap. It's going to be tough, though. And they're getting disorganized. Davis backing out of line. Grandin's got to step up to the plate. They're going to lose a bit of time doing this. It's not what you want to see. Grandin's not getting up there. Here we go. Yeah, they lost all their time they gained with that. All of it. And I just don't know. That might be it. I don't know if there's a hope now. The hope for these ones is that they wreck. That's the hope for the backpack. That's their hope. They want these guys to wreck. And they've got a bigger pack. Now they're going to carry more speed. Here with 12 to go. It's, a little bit of wiggle right there from Gavin Austin. Pushes are becoming more and more aggressive after every single lap. Yeah, looking back at this group, they've just lost more time. Haven't been able to get the same thing back. But Austin, man, he's sailing out in front with Wyatt Thompson and Casey Bentz. Melton in that pack, too. A lap down. So is Colby Duckworth. $11 to go here at Daytona. Not really much to talk about here as we're single filed out with multiple groups here at Daytona nearing the end, but it's been an uneventful duel number 1, but it's been a race that is being won by consistency, just decision making, all of the above, And Gavin Austin out in front right now. He's made the right moves. He's done the right things. He's chilled when he's needed to, but coming to 10 to go, it's time you turn the heat up, and you got to find that front, and that's what Gavin Austin did. Second pack's caught a little bit, about a 4/10 increment, but they're going to need a lot more if they want to catch up. Yeah, Luke Grandin backs out, and this is where Kendorian Davis steps up, but their gap is 7 seconds. It's unlikely. So I'm ruling them out of the contest at the moment, unless we get some on-track activity that causes a restart, which I doubt. They've been so clean in this duel. Couple incidents that they've saved, and I don't know about what happened to Riley Ibanez, but he had a moment that I thought could have brought out the yellow. Didn't quite happen. But Gavin Austin, he's trucking right now. And one of these four are going to win the race at the moment. Who's the question, though? Because you don't really form runs well with two cars, and you're probably going to have to make a move at some point away from your original lane. And, there's only two teammate pairs up here. Or two teammates, and that's Wyatt Thompson and Gavin Austin. So it's going to be up to them to keep themselves up front. It might be up to Eric LeBombard and Casey Bentz to be able to support themselves if they need to make a move. And Christopher Mellon's might have a little bit of help from him if he decides to help out them, or he might go with his Chevrolets. We're going to have to find out as we near here towards the end. Unsure at the moment. That's what I'll say. Unsure. Till we come to 5 to go, we're going to give you one last onboard here for Daytona to set up for the end. Now we're back with 5 to go in this race. The bumping has intensified. Gavin Austin's been feeling the presence from behind of these other cars. It's not a major car race, though, so we're going to have to see what people do. It's 5 to go. This is where aggressions come. The Bombard sitting back, just waiting for an opportunity. Austin's just staying patient, just leading the pack, checking what he needs to do. Thompson's just sitting there, giving him some good pushes. 4 to go. Gavin Austin, he's just... Yeah, like I keep saying, he's doing a really good job just managing the lane at the moment. And Thompson looking a little on the apron, but leading off of Gavin Austin, maybe trying to form a run or just got a little separated. This might form a little bit of run for the other cars if they want to take it. But Thompson goes back to the back end of the 50 machine for Mach 5 Racing of Gavin Austin. So if you're in Gavin Austin's position, I don't want to be there. I mean, right now, maybe with 4 cars, yeah, I wouldn't mind being there, but it's just tough, especially at Daytona, just no matter how many cars are behind you, especially if it's 1, then yeah, you're in real trouble. But it's tough. You just got to block, you got to watch your mirrors. It's a worrying game, whereas if you're in 2nd or 3rd, it's just you're looking ahead. You're not really paying attention much to your mirrors. Maybe if someone will help give you a run, but other than that, you're not doing much else. And at Daytona, we're coming to 2 to go. Trying to sniff out who's going to win duel number 1 at Daytona. 2 to go. Gavin Austin leading this one at the line. He's led the majority of the last 15 laps. And Thompson's been right with him every step of the way. But Casey Bentz and LeBombard have an opportunity here to emerge out of the shadows of someone not really looked much into coming into the race, but now they've got an opportunity to be looked at. Casey Bentz to the outside with 2 to go with LeBombard, and Melton comes in to help them. Austin up with the block. Thompson left with no help, and Casey Bentz moves up a spot. LeBombard trying to get to him. LeBombard down to the bottom. Austin goes bottom. Out of turn number 4. Coming to the white flag. Bentz left out of line. Allows Mellon to get behind LeBombard. And Bentz now into 4th. Or 3rd. But LeBombard trying to make a move on Austin. Block into the apron. They want nothing to do with each other. LeBombard looking for all the opportunities he could get. Looking super early, but Casey Bentz with a run coming out of turn number 2. LeBombard up to the top. Right with Austin. LeBombard has an opportunity. Where does he go down the back? Down to the bottom. He's in there. Gavin Austin not there. Bentz now right behind the 41 of Eric LeBombard. Fighting hard back. Thompson to the back end. LeBombard wiggles. Austin out in front of Daytona. Coming for duel number 1. Gavin Austin wins duel number 1 at Daytona. It's Gavin Austin for Mach 5 Racing, and Wyatt Thompson gets 2nd at the end. They ran out of wiggle room. A 41 and 02. Unbelievable. Burning it down from Daytona. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Number 50 car going to victory lane for duel number 1 at Daytona for the QRS Cup Series. Gonna need a breather after that last lap. They were blocking, shoving all over the place. Dorian Davis will be happy with this result. Winning in Daytona. Oh, and they all come to celebrate with him. All right, well, anyways, that's sweet. That's cool. But, yeah, let's get this post-race show of Duel 1 going when we can. And that's actually kind of a cool photo there. You know, threw him on the wall, man. Ow, my ears, but... Oh, this. That's an angle. Oh, yeah. Alright, now it's time. So we'll wait for them to be done celebrating. Then we can get some drivers in here. Alright. Gotta wait. All right, now we're going to bring in third place finisher, Eric LeBombard. Hi, Eric.
Hello.
So, you came pretty close. What more did you need at the end there?
Honestly, I just need a run that the 77 had. That was a crazy run, and that was able to get Gavin out in front. But I'm happy for Gavin.
Well, you guys were throwing a bunch of blocks all over the place. It was crazy that last lap. You were searching, he was blocking, you know, what was that adrenaline like for that? Because it looked crazy.
I mean, yeah, it was fun. Just trying to get Jason Hall the best position I can, subbing in for him, and I think I accomplished that even with just third. Obviously, we're hoping for the win, but I had Casey pushing me that entire final lap, which was very nice, but didn't have enough at the end.
All right, well, you got anyone you want to thank for this result?
Kai Collymore for putting me in the car and letting me sub, and Casey for giving me all those shoves at the end.
All right, well, you go enjoy yourself, Eric. You ran a good contender race. You ran a good one here. So we'll see you when you race next.
Yep, see ya.
See ya. All right, now we got to move on to our second place finisher, Wyatt Thompson. Hello, Wyatt.
Oh no, I've been kidnapped.
Yeah, you've been kidnapped. Well, you know what did happen. You kidnapped Gavin, threw him in your trunk, and you started pushing him to the finish. That was a crazy push, by the way, to the finish. How'd you do it?
Just threw him over my shoulder and started running. But there's a really fun. It's weird that we actually got out up front. I really figured that we weren't going to. What happened during the the big packs pick cycle?
Yeah,
they all broke up.
They broke up because of what's his name? Hunter Reese blew up his motor in front of everybody, and that sent everybody crazy. But I mean, you were with Gavin all day long. You guys have some sort of teammate chemistry there?
Me, Gavin, and Ken are teammates for this
Yeah,
race, and I think,
I know. I'm saying you got some sort of chemistry
but
going there now.
not before this race. I mean, usually I work well with teammates at super speedways. You saw it in prestige trucks, how well we're kind of the communication is there. Like especially with temperatures, if you saw him drifting up just half car width, I was communicating temperatures, just telling them where to go. And especially that last run, I got real nervous when we got pushed back because I thought the 41 and O2 were just gonna drop me out of draft. But I finally got back up to them, and off the front stretch, I'm surprised I got second. But that was a really good run from everyone in our pack of four. I appreciate actually staying clean.
Yeah, it was a long race, no cautions. You got anyone you want to thank for this result? Ran a good race.
I want to thank Gavin for being a good teammate. Ken Dorian, I think I have to thank him, sadly, for being the team owner, putting our team
Sadly.
together. Sadly, such a horrible guy, obviously. But, I mean, I appreciate all the sponsors on my car, 4 Mile, Project Victoria. That's about all. Thank you for the stream.
Yeah, no problem. It's like I'm getting paid to do this. Huh. Who would have thought? Anyway,
Almost.
I'm gonna send you back. Have a good day. Next up, man of the hour. Well, I wouldn't say man of the hour just yet, but man of the minute, Gavin Austin. He's well, he won the race, so. Gavin Austin, Shape Quill, you got a copy, man?
Got a copy.
Hey, you won here in Daytona. You kind of did a really good job with this race from start to finish, so can you just walk me through it?
Well, it's my first time on the sim, and I don't even know how long. I've been busy doing stuff, so I was kind of getting warmed back up throughout the race. But I don't know. I started on the pole somehow because I guess they didn't start the lineup, so I started in the lead and kind of was up front throughout the entire race, working with my teammates Kendorian and Wyatt. So it was kind of just us three working together, and then when green flag pit stops came around, we decided to go a little. We decided to go one lap longer than everybody else, but Kendorian kind of fell back, so it was kind of just me, Wyatt, and I forgot who the other guy was, but
Hunter East, is that the guy you're talking about that blew up?
yeah, he blew up. I thought for sure we were cooked. I don't even know how. After that, we even came out in front of the other pack. I don't know. I gotta look at it. Maybe they had a bad like entrance to pit road. I don't know what happened with that big pack, but then we were kind of just able to hold the distance, hold the gap between the second pack, and it was kind of me and Wyatt just playing defense towards the end of the race. We wanted to get at least one of us in victory lane, and we managed to get a 1-2 finish. So great day for Mach 5 Racing.
Yeah. Well, on the white flag, obviously you were leading, so it's got to have a little bit of adrenaline right there. So, you know, what made the difference? What made you able to take home the win here?
Kind of just defense. I think there was only 4 of us that were on the lead lap in that pack, so it was kind of me and Wyatt versus the other 2. So I think we're at an advantage there because we were teammates. I don't know if the other 2 were teammates or not, but so we definitely had the advantage going into it. They made the move on Wyatt, and I just once again kind of just played defense. I had what's his name? Eric was trying to make moves, and I just kind of was just blocking them, and that's about it. But he did make a good move. Did get to my inside though, entering 3. Once again, Wyatt came in clutch there, but yeah, that's pretty much about it.
All right. Well, you got anyone you would thank for this result?
Kendorian, once again, this is my second year racing for him, hoping to win the 500 once again, get my second 500 win. UIS 500 win would be great. So we'll see if we can get it done. New number this year, number 50, looking nice. And yeah, just excited for next week.
Certainly, I'll be excited for that one too. All right. Well, we're gonna let you go and go celebrate your dual victory, and good luck in the 500.
Thank you, Jacob. Have a good night.
Yeah, I will. All right, well, that's it for Daytona for tonight. Not tonight, for now. In about 30 minutes or so, maybe an hour, we'll be live from Daytona once again for Duel number 2. And Duel number 2 might be even more action-packed. The grid order is going to be right. A lot more star drivers and UIS. It's going to be one hell of a duel, and it's going to be amazing. I hope you're all there to watch in about an hour or so, and we'll be live here on the UBN network, and we'll see you guys later tonight.